Today's paper is full of news about the Great Exhibition again. Yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime. Alright, we're finally back in present day. Let's see what the big revelation is behind this case. Really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley? I mean, can you blame him? He's been suspended from practicing law. Probably feels he has no purpose at the moment. Not you too! Hmm? Did you say something, Iris? Alright. What the heck could be in Natsume's room? Welcome back, guys. It's Light here. And last time we managed to defend Natsume successfully. Woohoo! And now we are looking for the loot in Natsume's room previously belonging to, what was his name again? That former convict. Anyway, let's continue forward, shall we? Oh, well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous of you. To uncover this secret hiding place in just one day. Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? That's funny, isn't that what he said? As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson? Gregson's irritated again. Oh boy. Grexy's been happily munching in agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley. Happily? I think perhaps humorously might be closer to the truth. Aww. So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is the loot? Let us look then, if you're ready. Let's examine the late burglar's hall. What the? What is that? What the heck is this? There's blood on it! Is this what Sasato's dad was, like, riled up about? Like, in Sasaki-san's report? Or Sasaki's report. It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar. A collar? It's huge, though. And look at all the gemstones set in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth 1,000 pounds. Perhaps I could have it as a belt. Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There are some dark stains. You don't think they could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it. On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt. Yeah, Iris, I think that's for the best. And of course, there's this emblem here. A large letter B and a small crown. What does it signify, do you think? Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been? That's enough of that, I think. Oh my, this is what he's covering up. It has to be related to the Baskervilles case. Oh my gosh. What? What's the matter with Sholmes? All the color has drained from his face. What the heck is going on? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell us? Can somebody stop hiding everything? Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, oughtn't you? It could be valuable evidence, after all. It must be kept safely under lock and key. Ah, yes. Get your grubby hands off of that, you lot, and hand it over, now! What the heck? I'd never seen a collar that large before. And all those jewels certainly looked to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out the most to me. At least not once I'd noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar. Those stains. Could they really have been blood? What? Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But it's all buttoned up now. And you look very pleased, Iris. I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. Aw, but this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating. You're talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, I presume? Mystery of the Knife in the Mist, and the Mustached Man and the Convict's Curse, perhaps. I can make it a two-part story. Aw. Oh, I can't wait. A word, please, Iris. Yes, what is it, Hurley? I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question. What the heck? What? Why not? It's a great case. Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your 2 titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear? What? Aw, poor Iris. Yes. Aw, she's so obedient though, at least.
And so it was that the second of Souseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story.
What?
It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen.
You can't do this.
For it
Oh my
wasn't
gosh.
until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again.
Oh no.
With an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
What? You can't do this. Oh my gosh. What the heck could have happened? Oh jeez. I need everybody to stop being so secretive. Alright. Episode 3, The Return of the Great Departed Soul. Yes, we are going to start playing. I need answers! Here we go. Great Departed Soul.
End of the century Great Exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park. Welcoming over 50 million visitors.
50 million?
The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success. But as regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case.
With a little help
And
from
like
a
the
certain
centerpiece
lawyer
of the great exhibition,
and judicial
rose
assistant.
high into the skies of Hyde Park. Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the crystal tower itself, brought the truth to light.
Again, with a little help. Because they're not always so clear.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people. The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world.
Okay, I like this guy.
Horse-drawn carts will give way to the
He's so passionate.
Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today we showcase
Who's that guy behind him? Just posing.
A glimpse into the future. A world first. A demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
That's such a long name though.
A man will literally be disassembled by a pulse of high voltage electricity and beamed to another location.
Is that safe?
His body will be reassembled by a series of complex calculations exactly as it was before.
This doesn't sound safe. Oh, so he's his test subject. That's why he was there. Why was he waving as though he was royalty or something?
But a few moments from now, this gentleman will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air.
I don't like this.
To arrive and
I don't like this at all.
the
I don't like this at all. This is gonna end badly. What? What are you, Mickey Mouse? That's so funny. Like I said, I love his passion. Yep, there we go. Called it. I knew something was gonna happen. Oh, jeez. I knew it. I mean, literally, it was. It basically wrote itself. Alright. Reno! Reno, are you listening? Oh, sorry. What was that, Iris? What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast? Oh, Iris. No, that's not it at all. What were you talking about again? Today's paper. It's full of news about the Great Exhibition again. Yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime. Alright, we're finally back in present day. Let's see what the big revelation is behind this case. Really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley? I mean, can you blame him? He's been suspended from practicing law. Probably feels he has no purpose at the moment. Not you too! Did you say something, Iris? Poor Iris. Oh gosh, you're even more down. Oh my gosh. Yay, we get depressed Sholmes again. Oh, I love depressed Sholmes. Oh, well, when did you arrive, Mr. Naruto? What was that? I've been here for about half an hour already. We had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I, thought you might have known I was here, you know, because breakfast? I was quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes, for example, your tousled hair this morning with all its unruly spikes. Clearly, it can be deduced therefore that. Let me stop you there, Mr. Sholmes, because I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this. It always has. Ever since we first met, in fact. Didn't we go over this last time? Oh really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Well, he snapped out of his depression fast. Thanks again. Aw. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now. 6 months? Since I was forbidden from working in court. So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned. Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Hurley? Not again. Why? What does that have to do with you? I don't understand. Did you say something, Iris? Not again. Back to moping. What the heck? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me. I know! And the Great Exhibition is open. You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go see it together? I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you can't be distracted from, is that it? I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Hurley. Oh? I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. If he'll tell us. Yeah, I'm salty. Alright, event 6 months ago. Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in a trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at a London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. During the course of the trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable yet at the same time unforgivable mistake. Yeah. Dang. Words fail me. The situation is utterly deplorable. Miss Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Yes, of course, my lord. Well, he's been suspended, not banned. In the end, I had my right to represent people in court revoked. I was told I had to spend my time in research and study, so that's what I've been doing. Wait, didn't you say suspended, or am I crazy? Hold on. Sorry. Where is it? Oh, forbidden. Banned. Oh, he is banned. Oh, jeez. You have, haven't you, Runo? Reading all those big, fat tomes about British law up in your room. And the notes about Sholmes' old cases. Brewing Iris' special blends of tea. Fetching my daily bread for me. He's become an errand boy. He'd become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Master Naruhodo. Rude. Well, I'm thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider. Specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall. Lord Strongheart? Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. Oh? He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could, and I can't do that just sitting around here. Yeah, you can do it. I'm surprised he was, like, banned. I thought he would be, like, suspended. Because, come on, it's not like he completely knew everything. Yeah, he defended McGilded, who was guilty, but, like, he got him off. But, like, he didn't know, and he didn't... Well, I guess the bigger part of it is that he knew Gina was lying, I guess, as well. So, there's that too. Oh, man. Alright, the whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art, and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching. Oh, do you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go down on London from one of those lovely balloons. Look down on? Do you mean those things? Wait, look down. Is that what she said? Oops. Okay. Fly? Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air. But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. Aw, hot air balloons. I can't understand it at all. That's true of a lot of new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge. I suppose they might be. Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday, apparently. There was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it, though. I'd love to see how bad some of those scam experiments really are. No, Iris, please. Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. Aw. See here? Every page of this paper carries some article or other about the great exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. Oh. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. Alrighty. Shadows cast behind? Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper? Alright, fine, I'll bite. Let's see. So many glowing reports about the great exhibition and everything that's going on there. Other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is. Did I read something? Wait, Lord Van Zeeks and compatriot cornered? What? What's going on with Van Zeeks? Wait, what? What's the matter, Runo? The Reaper attacked. The Reaper attacked. That's Lord Van Zeeks. This must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? Alrighty, we'll have to ask him in a second. Why not? We'll ask him right now. It says in the paper that Lord Van Zieks was attacked. That's terrible. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Baruch Van Zieks. They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in a case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. His theme is just too good, dang it. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Von Zieks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? What the heck? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know? He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this— What? They were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Von Zieks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know? Jeez. Well, in the article here it says, as to what if Lord Von Zieks in his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition. Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait until tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps. So another reason to see Strongheart. Yippee. Oh boy. Before that, why are you so gloomy? Are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add? That's not like you. What sort of case is it? Shh! Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening. You're acting very strangely, Hurley. What do you mean, Iris? Well, usually, the more mysterious and complicated a case is, the better Hurley's mood. Is it really a case that's bothering you? Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation. Remember what I always say. Put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. Aw. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes. Never mind. Once I've had a cup of tea, I must wait my way at once to the crime scene. Oh. That was a deep sigh. What the heck? Oh boy, he's ready to go. Well, I must be leaving now. No. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. We're gonna run into him soon. Ah, you really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you would be wasting your time. Why would he do that? The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Yeah, you're gonna make him want to follow you with talk like that. Well then, see you later indeed. Ay. This guy. Why are you like this? Listen to him. He's still laughing on his way out of the door. Oh, man. Oh. I love her outfit. That's so cute. Alright then, Runo. Let's get going. Oh, Iris. What are you wearing? I got changed to go to the Great Exhibition. You're going to take me. Oh, she's so cute. What? But I was about to go to the Supreme Court. Oh, well that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then? No. Alright, fine. Just lower that weapon, would you? Of course, and after the Supreme Court, then we'll go to see the Great Exhibition. she's adorable. No. She just wants to head out, that's all. Alrighty, let's go. It's not really a new location game. Alrighty. Let's see Lord Chief Justice, shall we? Here we go. Dang, it hasn't changed at all. Still as intense as it always been. It's been about 6 months now since I was last here. But some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. What is she doing? She's so cute. It doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there. Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here. Of course. I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. Oh, when Sasato had to leave. When Sasato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. Dang, it's been 6 months without her. Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me. There he is. Oh, Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well? Let's see, since you arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while, my apologies. What have we been doing for 4 hours, just standing there? Oh no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around staring into space. I don't think you should say that to the Lord of the Chief of Justice. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Mayal Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You'd only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. Beep. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Oh, I've not heard about that. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. As we're the hosting nation, I have much to do, and it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Yep. Alrighty then. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. Oh boy. Oh, gosh dang. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, Mr. Lord. My lord? Mr. Lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind, as it happens. Here now, just take a deep breath and come out with it. I'm glad we have Iris with us. I feel like if he went alone, he'd be a nervous wreck. Alright, permission to work. I actually came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Oh? Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Ugh, here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Dang it, why would you have to say it like that? Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. Yeah, but you've been doing awesome! He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling, not the music! Oh man, if that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Asagi was my best friend, you see? That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? Hello? Sorry? The mission with which that young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was? Are we finally going to know? Is he going to tell us? Well, what do you mean? Mission? He's not making any sense. What do you... Inosuke, please don't tell me you forgot. He mentioned it at the end of your case. Never mind. No, don't do this to me. Tell me. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... Can we study law again? Can we act as a lawyer again? Yay! As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain. Yes! Thank you. Thank you so much. That's wonderful news, Renault. In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope? Yes, of course. Please tell me more. Alrighty. Let's see. You described it as a curious affair? Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday? Oh no. Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see, how was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think. Instantaneous kinesis? As in moving things with the click of fingers? That's right. It's just what my herbal blends need. A dash of devil may care. Whatever the serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Audi Osman, an investor and a well-known figure in society. A large explosion? A man died? Aw, poor Iris. The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain. Really? Harebrain? Oh boy. He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder. What? Murder? If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. Great Exhibition. A scientific experiment gone wrong. And murder? Why does it keep giving us cases where we barely have any time to prepare? I feel out of my depth before I've even started, still. We should go to the prison straight away then, and try to meet with this German professor. Don't you think? What about the Great Exhibition? Didn't you want to go? Definitely. Yes. One more thing about the case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper. Huh? Oh, with Lord Von Zeeks? How? Alright, friend. Wait, why isn't it... Do we have to... Why isn't... Oh, maybe we have to present the newspaper. But let's ask about this first. All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly. Ugh. London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Jeez. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate, so it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Exactly. The future of policing. Ugh! Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. Exactly. It's extremely alarming. Ah, why does she keep getting startled? Ah, I love Iris. If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Sorry. By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now. What? No, thanks. We're good. Oh, how fascinating. It all began 15 years ago. I was... Is he actually? Oh my god. No. Oh jeez. Poor Ryunosuke. And Iris. He's still going. Oh man. Oh jeez. And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter, in the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. You couldn't have just said that? Oh, right. Yes, that's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. She's reading. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now. She's such a mood. She's like, yeah. You guys talk about this. I'm gonna go look at something more interesting. Oh, jeez. Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful? I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Oh, man. I don't think you should have said that out loud. What if he heard you? Alright, I'm gonna present this. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this? The reports of overwhelming success at the Great Exhibition? Of course. No, not that. The story on the back page. What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not? Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he? He was attacked, Iris. Clearly would say he was killed if he was killed. There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zieks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well. If it interests you. Yes, it does. It does, strangely. Yeah, I guess we've grown a little fond of the guy. Just a tiny bit. Fortunately, Lord Von Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked, though? Do we know? It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A month ago? A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Von Zieks. But the man was acquitted. I have no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Oh, great. Large sums of money? A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? The victim's henchman certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman, Mr. Odi Asman. Oh, the guy, who went into the experiment? Did you say Asman? That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition. Yes. Known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Why do you use Lord Von Zieks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who managed to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Von Zieks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here. I have Von Zieks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. I guess. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him. It's true, there's no proof. But that doesn't make sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand? Von Zieks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer, so he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. It's really weird that the people he prosecutes end up in some misfortune or other. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. What? My colleagues may be starting to fidget. 11 hours? 11 hours late? That's quite something. That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. Oh, he really... So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. So he really did take so much time out for us. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Von Zieks now? I would assume he's at his office. Right. I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth. Are we actually going to go see Von Zieks in person? Dang. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Harebrain's defense entirely in your hands. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. What a guy. What a guy. Alrighty. Prison first or the prosecutor's office? Let's start with the prison. Surely he'll be there. Yep. Oh my gosh. The warden said cell 11. That's this one. Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner, look! What's his name again? Professor Albert Harebrain, wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Harebrain. Oh, man. Who are you? I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a defense lawyer. A lawyer! Ugh. Was it something I said? A lawyer, you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't... Yesterday's demonstration! That magnificent demonstration was... It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations. But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity. Well, try us. We promise to hear you out, at the very least. Now is probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while too. Aw. I like this guy. Alrighty. Talk to me, Mr. Harebrain. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday. The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he? Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success. You've lost me. I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Assman was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However, the machine exploded and Mr. Assman in fact perished. Yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure. So what you're really saying is, the large explosion that killed Mr. Assman was an accident, correct? But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder. Oh? I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished. At once. But... Murder? Never in a million years. It was an accident. Simply an accident. I see. Harley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder. How exactly? Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody. On what grounds? Ah, yes, it's newly established here in Britain. The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. That one passed me by. But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll say my machine was the murder— Oops. It was him talking. My bad, because Iris moved. Oh, okay. It was both of them. Oh my gosh. Then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to pour over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial. Ah, I see now. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, instantaneous kinesis. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday. Yes! Or rather, no, the devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion. Sounds the same to me. Oh, jeez. You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating! Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible using a sufficiently high voltage to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see? That's my amazing hypothesis! Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science. My jeez. But dare to imagine it, dare to dream of such incredible technology. Just think, one moment I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again. Well, yes, that would be incredible. And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at a great Parisian theater, say? The possibilities are endless. The whole of our vast planet would be within reach. So no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days. Aw. I don't really see it like that. What do you mean, Iris? Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk. My word, that's exactly right. Well, what are the implications? What does this mean? I love this guy. He's so passionate. Oops, that's got Professor Bunnybrain really worried by the look of it. Oh, that's such a cute nickname. Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose. Point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always a fly in the ointment. Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have. That's exactly it, yes. Hurley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science. Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. Well, that's actually crazy. So they've been asking for it for so long. At least we finally have investment in science. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, though, that's a different story. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Assman. The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? Yeah, tell me more about this guy. We know, literally nothing about him. The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Assman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man? He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thank my lucky stars. I see. So you hadn't really known each other until then. Money for scientific research. I'm so envious. Aw. As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel. Oh, really? An archangel, even. Oh, what's with the weird wiggles? Why does everybody have weird wiggles? He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support from my research from the British government. Mr. Assman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications. But then, your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion. Ouch. She really does not hold back. As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Assman. I would never, ever have thought of taking the man's life. Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. Neither do I. Alright. That everything? Should we... Just in case, there's something here we have to ask him about. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, culture exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. You must all go to see it properly before too long. I don't think we need to present anything else to him, do we? I can try this. Ugh, how could this have happened? You must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the Crystal Tower was greatly damaged too. I know what happened. It must have been that. That? The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal at Frankfurter's at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But, instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now. Aw, it's divine retribution for my wrongdoing. That's what this is. Aw, no. For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes. Long and illogical. Ouch. I'm sure it's not that. Alrighty, I think we leave for now. If you let your content... Huh? Does that mean we still have something else to do? I mean, the only other thing we can do is present the armband. Ah, fascinating, yes. In Japan, where I come from, it's the symbol of a defense lawyer. Wearing it is very bracing, I find. Your words make some sense to me, but they are entirely illogical. What do you mean? Well, for example, I find this white laboratory coat that I wear for my work very bracing too. However, in my case, there is a perfectly logical reason for that feeling. Oh, really? What is it? I purchased the wrong size by mistake. This one is too small for me. The sleeves, especially, are extremely bracing. I can barely move my wrists. That's what you call logical, is it? Shouldn't you just buy a new one? Of course, it's entirely logical. That's science, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's anything else, so I think we should leave. Goodbye. Time to see the so-called Reaper. Oh, jeez. Wow. Of course his office looks like this. Jeez. Oh, man. Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office? Yes, it appears so. Brr, it sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere. Oh, is that... What the heck? That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. What are you doing here? Ugh! What the heck? He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, hi. I'm glad to see you're well. I am. This is so awkward. So, who's the person over by the wall being punished or something or other? No punishment is taking place here. Oh. That's my apprentice. And he's sitting there of his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. He's very able in combat. A requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming, that is, such a fabled fiend generally inhabits our great courtrooms. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Alright. Let's see. Last night's attack. Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack? True. Carried out by henchmen of Odiasman's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably some hoped to kill me before that happened. Odiasman. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhand means, via his criminal activities. And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper? But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances. It was a most unusual cause of death. I know about that. It was super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Assman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen to you? Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death at least. It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Runo? I mean, what with you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow? What? You're going to be defending him? Oh yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert. Albert Harebrain. Why did he say he barely knows the man's name? We were told by Stronger, and we went to see him too. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Does he mean like that's all he knows? Probably. Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together. You're... What? Oh, guess we'll have to find out more next time. Oh, I'm so excited. What the heck? Oh, I want to know who their apprentice is too. Alright. Well, seems things are heating up already. As if we've had a case in these games that it hasn't been so intense. But I love it. I really do. Alright. We'll have to finish our chat with the Reaper next time. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.